My friends, I love the people who I get to meet. Today, I have Jaclyn Gallo. My friend, please introduce your beautiful self to the audience, Jaclyn.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jaclyn. I am a life coach, speaker, and author. I'm passionate about helping people create lives that they genuinely love because I believe that we all deserve to feel excited when we wake up in the morning, at least majority of the days. And one person at a time, that is the work that I'm doing in the world.
Oh, that is so great, Jaclyn. I love that so much. And you started at a very early age making this decision and how to move forward. And I'm sure along the way you've had some pretty tough lessons. Do you want to talk about that today? Let's share some of your brilliant lessons that can help those in the audience today.
Yeah, I would love to. So I think the first thing that's really interesting is the reason that I decided to start a business. And it's not because I think that everyone should be an entrepreneur. What I believe is that we all deserve to be in a career path that we love. And I think this gets confusing because we're not necessarily going to love every day or every part of it, but we should or deserve to feel fulfilled in the work we're doing. And I think that where I was when I made the decision to start my business is where a lot of people are, which is at this place of feeling 80% content. It's like
Mm,
it's not so terrible that you want to run away and change your whole life tomorrow. But you know deep down that something isn't right. And it's not because you're chasing perfection, although some people are. So I'm here to say
right,
that there is no perfection.
right.
I still have many challenges, but I enjoy the challenges in a weird way because I know I'm where I'm supposed to be. And that's what I want for everyone. So for me, I was sitting in a corporate internship. I was between my junior and senior year of college. And I was like, this isn't it. There's something missing. And I just knew deep down that I was meant to be an entrepreneur. I really believe that our intuition guides us, and I trust it, mine. And it was a journey of many, many bumps. To sum it up briefly, and we can definitely dive deeper into anything you think would be valuable. I had 3 years of totally failing. I spent
Mm.
over $50,000 in those 3 years on ideas that never got off the ground. I tried to make a product that failed. I had $10,000 worth of inventory of these pineapple plates that I made to encourage
Oh,
healthy eating
wow.
in my grandmother's garage. That's where I was storing them. And actually, this year, my grandmother passed away this year, and we're cleaning out our house. And I said, I got to get rid of this. I was holding on to it. That part of me that was so courageous and started, but also failed. There was so much there. And I finally was able to donate them, which felt really good. But
Yeah.
it was a really difficult journey. The first failure was hard, but I will say when we fail at the very beginning of our journey, we kind of feel like it's okay because
Mm.
there is positive messaging in society. I think that we've come a really long way where we do understand that failure is part of the process. And we do know that successful people fail. But I think what was really difficult for me was failing for a second and third time, because at that
Sure.
point I thought maybe this isn't meant for me. Maybe I should just give up. Maybe this is a redirection. And so the second and third time I was trying to build an app, which failed 2 times. And at
Mm.
this point, I really was at my rock bottom. I felt depressed. I didn't know where to turn, but I knew that if I just went out and tried to change the circumstances, then I wouldn't feel better because the problem was inside of me. I had enough self
Mm.
awareness to realize that. And so this is when I turned to personal development. I started reading as many self help books as I could, anything I could get my hands on. At this point, I'm in a lot of debt. So any library books, that was my way to go.
Sure.
And I read as many as I could. And little by little, one or two tidbits would resonate with me, would click with me. And one thing I read that really changed my life was this question: what is working? Because when I
Mm.
first read it, I felt like nothing is working. That's why I'm reading these books. That's why I'm here. It really feels like nothing is working. And then I looked back again. I said, okay, just see if you can find anything that's working. And one thing I noticed is that I was really good at speaking. I didn't call it speaking. I called it marketing. I was going to colleges and I was talking about this app I was building. I was sharing my story of struggling with an eating disorder in college, which inspired me to build the app. And after these talks, I would get so many women who were in the audience come up to me, talking to me, telling me how much it helped them. And I thought, well, maybe that's something I'm good at. And even though I have never gotten paid $1 for it, and even though I don't even know if this is an industry or how you can make money in this, I'm going to just write down that that's working. That's all I did. The first step was just like, write out your thought. It wasn't have a whole business plan, have everything figured out, right? Have that next step figured out. No, it was just reflection. And then from there, I was able to, I guess what's really interesting, I didn't realize it then, but now looking back, I see it from all of my training and life coaching. The way our brains work, we have our reticular activating system, which is basically
Right.
our filtering system. So I guess what happened was because I had now journaled on that and reflected on that, and that was now in my awareness, my reticular activating system was now filtering for information about speaking. So it's no surprise that a few weeks later, I came across a Facebook ad about women getting paid to speak. And I was like, let me look into this. So I took an online course. I started learning about the industry. I started pitching myself. And what's really special is that after 3 years of failing, it was almost like an overnight success. And I
Wow.
say that with quotes because it totally wasn't, right? It was so much struggle and so much hardship. But I do think when we're doing the work we're meant to do and when we're in alignment, things do happen quickly for us. And that's a really,
Yeah.
really beautiful sign. And from there, everything just really grew naturally and took me to where I am today. And that was the end of 2018. So it's been quite some
Wow.
time. Yeah.
I love so many pieces of that story. Your vulnerability, your self-awareness, your self-love, paying attention, your resilience, right? And thank you for taking us through that journey, because it's so true, Jaclyn. When we look on social media and you see somebody making millions or whatever, we don't hear the first 3 years, as you just explained, of their story. We just see their success. And then we compare ourselves to that success, and then we think less of ourselves, right? So everything that you've done, yes, was in alignment and paying attention and listening to that intuition, which some of us just deny, right? Oh, that can't be the thing. I'm supposed to be in corporate. And all of your movements have been very brave, but they've been who you are and who you are meant to be. So thank you so much for sharing that, because I really think it helps the collective and helps us understand that it is part of the journey, right? And now you're smiling and now you're helping other people smile. So I love all of that and the reflections and, all these things we need to pay attention to. So if there was one thing that stood out that helped you the most, is there one thing that you can speak to?
That's a
That's
good
tough,
question. Well, we're
right?
always looking for one thing. And I love the question. And I think the answer is no. There's not one thing. It's
Okay.
a journey. It's every single day getting back up. It's working on yourself. And I don't think there's a secret. I think the secret is keep going, be open and honest with yourself, trust yourself. Of course, I did a lot of mindset work. I think so much of it is inside.
Yep.
It involves action. It involves things on the outside. Of course, I work hard. Yes, I did work hard to get here. Yes. But that doesn't make me successful. I knew the actions to take and I felt confident to take the actions as I did the inner work. So I think lots of internal work, yes, but I don't think there's a secret. I think if there was one, it would have to be just keep showing up, keep trusting yourself, and just take it one day at a time. And know that you don't need to be anywhere other than where you are, and you don't need to rush your journey. Like all plants bloom if they're watered and they get sunlight. And so just give yourself the water and the sunlight and you will bloom.
Oh, love that so much. Let's plant the seeds. Love it so much. You answered that so eloquently, because it isn't one thing, because no day is the same. I'll give you an example. I practice yoga. It's the same 26 postures done in the same series. And I've been doing that for over 20 years, right? But it's never the same class. Even though we're doing the same posture in that same order, the humidity is different. My hydration is different. My mental state is different. So we just need to keep showing up, right, in that mirror of ourselves and practice. So that is just such a beautiful message. And I so appreciate that. You have a podcast of your own where you speak to this light, if you will. You're a coach. What's your favorite thing to do? Like what really lights you up more than anything?
Speaking on stages. And I think it's really special because I believe that this is the natural gift that I was born with. And I think we all have that. And I think it's really beautiful because, at least for me, and I see it in a lot of my clients, the thing that we're naturally good at, the thing that God gifted us, or whatever you believe in, gifted you, is the thing we enjoy. And that's not a coincidence. It's supposed to be that way, right? So
Right.
I feel very, very grateful that this comes so naturally to me. And I feel so honored every time I get to step on a stage and share.
Well, I love that so much. And you were honored as well to speak on the TEDx stage, which I did watch. And, that's quite an honor to be able to share your story in that venue. And I can't stop watching them. It's like one after the other, it's better. So, yeah, your work is just obviously needed in today's world where we're dealing with a lot of anxiety and uncertainty. So to hear your message and how you approach it, oh geez, Jaclyn, I just would think it's endless in the amount of work that you get to do.
Thank you.
Yeah. So as we wrap things up, I love that you say you love to speak on stages. So in the work that you do, which is your favorite speaking on stages, is there a particular article of clothing or accessory, and how does it make you feel?
Oh, this is so interesting because it's probably not what I wear on stages, but maybe I
Okay.
should shift that. It's funny because when I speak on stages, I love to get dressed up. I love to put on something really beautiful, put on some heels, really feel presence and
Mm.
like I'm commanding the room. And that's really important to me. But my favorite article of clothing would probably be my like comfy, like this shirt I'm wearing, like a workout top and leggings, something that I kind of wear around the house, wear on walks because I love being comfortable. My husband
Mm.
always says I'm the laziest, hardworking person he knows because I'm like, put me on a couch, put blankets on me, let me be the most comfortable person ever. So it's kind of funny that those are different, but I think it's a metaphor like everything else. We don't fit into a box. Like even in the world of coaching and building a business, everyone told me you have to have this really specific niche and fit into this box. And I didn't.
Right.
And I said, sorry, but I don't. And I just chose to not do that. And it's worked out pretty well for me. So I
I'll
love
say.
both items of clothing.
Well, I love that. And thank you for sharing it. And it is important for us to be comfortable because it helps us maintain our confidence and presenting ourselves forward. So if you had, for someone who might be struggling today, what would be your piece of advice before we wrap it up?
I would say don't try to be 10 steps ahead. Just ask yourself, what is the next step? That is my go to question whenever I'm experiencing a season of failure, a season of difficulty. And it just might have nothing to do with the thing that you're struggling with. So maybe you got laid off from your job, you're feeling lost, you're feeling confused. The next step doesn't have to be go fix your resume. It could be take a nap, go have lunch with a friend, take care of yourself, right? Take it one step at a time and know that this is backed by a lot of research and science. It's
Mm,
very difficult to climb from one emotional state to a much higher one in one jump.
yep.
It's much easier to climb one step at a time. So if you're feeling very frustrated, if you can get to a place of more neutrality and acceptance, from that place, you're going to get to more hope and optimism. So just give yourself grace and be patient with the process and know that you're going to come out on the other side. As long as you just take it one step at a time, you'll eventually get to the finish line.
I love that so much, Jaclyn. Thank you so much for your time. If someone wanted to continue the conversation with you and learn more about you, where's the best place for them to
Yeah.
get in contact?
My website is a great place. It has all the things about me. It's www.jaclyn, Jaclyn Gallo, Gallo.com. And if you want to personally speak with me, message me on Instagram. I'm always on there and you can always reach me.
Awesome. I'll put those links in the show notes, Jaclyn, to make it easy for everyone. Thank you so much for today, for your time and your light. I so appreciate you.
Thank you.